Hey Droobies, Ashley and Ann here to make sure you know about our Patreon.
For just $1 a month, you'll gain access to our 16 exclusive episodes deep diving every chapter of Drew's 1990 autobiography, Little Girl Lost. And currently, we're working our way through coverage of her 2015 book, Wildflower.
We also share scans of full magazine features and rare photos and content from our massive Drew Barrymore archive. Plus, we snail mail Drew Magazine goodies to those members at the $5 level, for those of you who also like collecting and paper like we do.
Yeah. As independent podcasters, we truly appreciate the support and can't wait for you to join us.
Patreon.com/HowDoYouDrew.
Hello, and welcome to How Do You Drew?
This is a Drew Barrymore podcast brought to you by the fans, friends, and historians behind the Drewseum.
We're drawing on over 25 years of Drewbie expertise to dive into all aspects of Drew's world, from her personal life to her professional career.
Thanks to our sponsor and friends at Positive Medium. I'm Anne.
And I'm Ashley, and this week we are continuing our Santa Clarita Diet Summer Series and discussing episodes 2, 3, and 4 of season 1 of the Netflix show. Boop-a-doo. Yay, loving this so much.
Yes, it's such a fun show, you guys. I hope that you're following along with us on this journey, watching it as well as listening to us rave about it. But let's start off with a couple things at the top of the show before we get in. These are always going to be short for our summer series, maybe almost non-existent for some of the ones coming up. But we have a couple of things at the top. So the first thing is we accidentally said, because a lot of press was saying this in the research, that Santa Clarita Diet's creator, writer, showrunner was also the director of the show, but he actually didn't direct any episodes. So that was misleading.
Wasn't that weird? When I was listening back to our episode, I was like, why do I keep calling him the director? And then I saw it was in a lot of the media that we were referencing. So yeah, he's not the director. He's the creator, showrunner, Victor Fresco. So sorry about that. That was a little oopsie daisy.
Oopsies.
And then also we just wanted to make sure you guys know that we recently guested on our friend's podcast, Movies That Made Us Gay, one of the best podcasts out there about film. It's one of my favorites. I listen to it all the time, and Pete and Scott are awesome. We've had them on for our Amy Fisher episode way back. Oh my God, I think it was 2023, something like that.
So weird.
Yeah. And we went on their show almost exactly 2 years ago to do Charlie's Angels. And then we came back just last week and we did Boys on the Side. So by the time you're listening to this, it'll be a couple weeks. So go look in their early July episodes and go listen to that because it was so much fun. And oh my God, I just love those guys. And it was such a privilege to be on there chatting with them.
Yeah. Thank you, Pete and Scott, for having us back. That was so much fun. I can't believe it had been 2 and 3 years before. What is time?
What is time?
I don't understand time.
Time.
Don't understand time. Yes, pointing to her wrist. Okay, so we have one more small segment. Actually, a couple more small segments here. We are going to go and check out our mailbag really quick. Let's see what we've got.
You've got mail.
Okay, this is a Santa Clarita Diet mailbag edition. Just a couple messages that we've gotten from you guys out there since we started this series. I just thought it'd be fun to talk about. So on Instagram, we got a message from, I don't know how to say this, Ul Inclusivi.
That looks right.
And they said in all caps, "Thank you for this. I'm in love with this show and none of my friends have seen it." So yay, we get to be your friends watching this show with you.
Yes, that's kind of our goal. We also got a message from @DrewBarrymoreRebel. They said, "I'm looking forward to listening as you jump back in and rewatch the episodes as you were already laughing so much in the episode 1. Yes, of course
Imagine
we were.
that. Us laughing. Weird.
No way.
we'd asked people like, are you going to be watching along with us? Or, you know, have you never seen it? Have you seen it before? So Angela said, I watched it fairly recently, so I probably won't watch again now, but I'll definitely be listening. This is one of my more recent Drew projects. And when she said that, I was like, oh, that's so true. Like, and it's kind of weird. Like, it feels a little like, oh, we're bad fans or whatever. Like, we always talk about how the recent films in Drew's career we've seen like once and like never revisited. You know, there's a lot that I'm like, take it or leave it over the past, you know, past many years. But like this 10 years. Santa Clarita Diet really stands out to me as just like so good, and I'm so happy to be watching again, more so than a lot of her like movies from the past like 10 years.
Right. I mean, I as we've been watching this, and we're like only part way into the like something that lasted a few seasons, which is also really exciting.
Yeah.
Is like Drew gets to be like a comedian, like really in this, and like in that way that I feel like I mean, sure, it's in like a romantic comedy kind of way, but with this like gory sub story that also is like that is why she gets to be so fun, because she has like an uninhibited sort of personality. I don't know, it's really unique for her.
Very it's unique for any media.
True. That's
the show
true.
is really one of a kind.
Yeah, so it's great that I'm glad that you guys are so happy we're doing it, because we're stoked too.
Yeah.
To be doing it. Okay, let's get into what's new with Drew before we go back over to Santa Clarita.
Here we go with the news, everybody.
Far, far away from Santa Clarita, Drew was in Europe for a little summer vacation. There was like a few little Instagram posts here and there of people that ran into her. But she made one public appearance in London at a summer solstice event for the jewelry designer Jessica McCormick. So it was Drew along with a lot of other like, you know, familiar faces. I think Zoe Kravitz was kind of like co-hosting this event. So it was, you know, it's always fun to see her at an event. We talk about how few and far between those feel these days. But the really exciting part is that she was rocking a tie belt. And it's like, if you know, you know, right?
It's like, what? Blast from the past. I almost said flash from the past.
It is a blast from the past. Like, I always think of those just paparazzi pictures of her in 2000.
Crossing the street or whatever with the blue shirt.
Yes, exactly. We'll share one of those in the gallery. And I fully like stole one of my dad's ties to copy that in like 2002. I know exactly where I wore it and everything.
I definitely was like wearing ties and like probably dabbling in the tie belt category as well at the same time. For sure.
Yeah. And I don't know that we like knew this way back when, but a couple years ago, Drew was talking to Reba McEntire. We've played this audio a couple times on the show because she's talking about her dad, and it's just one of those really good Drew describing her dad moments. But she says he wore a tie for a belt. And I remember being like, aha, that is the origin of the tie belt. Okay.
Yeah.
I dig it.
Yeah, it's really fun to see her wearing it again in this like otherwise like all white ensemble. Like it's actually, it works.
Yeah, I like it.
Super wide leg pants. That's like one of her staples for such a long time. Okay. Are we ready to go back to Santa Clarita and start a diet?
Let's do it. Love it. Okay. We're going to episode 2, which is called We Can't Kill People. I love all the episode titles. They're always like just quotes from the episode, but they're like some of them are so random.
Of course. That's such a fun thing for a show. Like, oh, there's the title.
Yeah.
There's where they pulled that from. Okay, if you guys, just like a little reminder, this is episode 2. We covered episode 1. If you haven't like listened to the intro, we're probably not going to go back over all the cast and stuff. We're just going to be referring to them usually by the character name. Sometimes I slip up and say the actor's name. Anyway, we'll have a little bit of like information at the top, but if you need a refresher, either Google it or go back to the first episode. But I hope you're watching along. You know, that's please. Like kind of the goal. Because of spoilers. This is like we're getting into the show and the details of the show and what we liked. And again, this is not a recap of like every element of the show. We're focused on Drew, aka Sheila. Just a reminder. Is that worth it?
Yeah, I love it.
Okay. So the episode was directed by Ruben Fleischer. It was written by Victor Fresco, who was the creator of the show. Okay, so the Netflix description for this episode says the Hammonds try to live their new truth. Abby comes to a hard realization while browsing comics, and Joel treats Sheila to a very expensive meal.
These are so good.
Yeah. I love the just like, it just hints at it, but it does make us laugh because every turn of this show is funny.
Absolutely. Okay, so where we left off last episode, Joel comes in and Sheila is devouring the jerk Gary that she has just killed after he basically tried to sexually assault her. So we don't care. Gary, you're gone. So the episode starts with Joel digging a hole in the desert for the remainder of Gary's body parts while Sheila is just like casually talking about an upcoming house listing that they're working on. There's a lot of that in this show that like we're dealing with this life and death stuff, but we also like have to talk about our job with real estate.
Yes. Absolutely.
I don't know what you want to pull with the audio for this, but I love this like ongoing joke because they have the body parts in a storage tub and you know, this is a marriage right here.
Yes.
Oh my God. Would have been nice to have the lid.
I couldn't find it.
Right. You'd think it would have been stored with the containers. Oh.
Well, I can look for it when we get home, sweetheart.
When we get home? What good would the lid be when our container is stuffed with half a fucking body is buried in the fucking desert? Honey?
It's really good. It's really good that it kind of comes up again, like don't mention the lid, and then like she finds the lid the next day. It doesn't matter. And all of their like, you know, ending things with sort of like honey and a big smile. Like it's always like we're gonna come back to somewhat pretending that this is normal.
We love each other. We're our team, but man, sometimes when you live with a partner, like little things like that are just you gotta talk about it.
Yep.
So good.
Totally.
Okay, so then a car approaches and this nasty storage container of body parts and gore just like spills everywhere. So gross.
So gross and so beautifully done.
All over them. They're trying to like shove it into the hole.
Yes, it's really funny.
So this car pulls up and they turn around like, okay, let's act casual. And I love Drew's little like hair flip and casual smile. It's just so cute.
But the car that drove up, don't worry, it's just Abby and Eric. Also like crazy, but Abby was like, we just put that phone tracking app on my phone, remember? And it's like, okay, great. So they found them. This is the best case scenario. This is like, not that we want her to be seeing what she's seeing, but also they are the ones that understand.
Yeah.
So Sheila basically tearfully admits that she killed Gary and admits that she's a monster. But Joel and Abby are still by her side.
Your mom is a monster. I ate someone. And if you want me to go away, I will.
No one's going anywhere.
Joel's so sweet.
They're there for her. And Eric is then like immediately they show him helping to cover up the crime scene basically that's behind them.
Yeah, he's like,
we
guys,
probably shouldn't be hanging out here longer.
Yeah, we've got some stuff to do. Okay, so with Eric's kind of advice, Joel and Sheila go to Gary's house and they do their best to stage it to look like he left town. And they're feeling pretty good about themselves. Like Sheila's like, we should be ingenious more often. It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
And then there's this really gross but hilarious exchange. That's the show in a nutshell. Super gross but hilarious.
Yes, totally.
So let's listen to this.
We should be ingenious more often. It's kind of fun.
I disagree. In fact, until we solve whatever this is, I'd like you to meet me halfway. At least control some of your impulses.
I swear I did not have sex with Gary.
I believe you.
But I did eat his balls. Well, one of them. Does that count as meeting you halfway?
So gross.
And then kind of follows it up by saying, and they were tiny, and like mentions it later, which is just silly. But again, this is, like you said, like gross. The gross factor is what like adds so much to this. I think that's like my sense of humor. Like if something is like a little grosser, Drew's like this too. I think you are too. Like,
no, I'm not.
Okay.
But
I guess I am.
I can get through it for this show because it's just so funny.
Yeah. It makes me laugh harder the more like, what's the other word I was gonna say? Like dark it is. Like,
yeah, the dark
way.
I like. The dark I like.
Yeah.
And then their jerk neighbor, Dan, of course, he's basically like spying on Joel and Sheila as they're spraying their lawn with the solution that Eric gave them to remove the blood. So now we're like, great. We know he's going to be,
bugging them about it.
Bugging them as he does.
Yes. The next day, Joel finds a virus specialist that he's going to meet with, and Sheila finds out that they're getting their house listing back because Gary didn't show up. Of course he didn't. And it turns out that the Range Rover can't be returned. They've been talking about like, it's got to go back. It's too much and can't happen. And yeah, the character like Sheila is like, damn you, California, for making us own such a super nice car. Because they like
she's like, oh shoot, what a bummer.
And then the sweet moment between Sheila and Joel like quickly turns into Sheila getting a little frisky, but they are interrupted. And this is just a funny little exchange too. We get Abby coming in the room.
I love you, Joel. Thank you for being my husband.
I love you too, Sheila. We're gonna figure this out.
Yeah, but later, because right now I want to hump like a rescue dog at a Rite Aid.
Hey, porn stars. Oh. Dan's in the backyard looking at our grass.
Ooh, he's taking a close look, that nosy neighbor.
Just lets himself into their backyard. And Sheila basically feels the way I do. Like she's pissed. And I love that she gives him attitude. And he's like asking them questions like what they were doing. And she's like, how about it's none of your fucking business, Dan? Love it.
It's really good. Yeah.
Okay, so Joel heads to meet this virus specialist, Dr. Hasmati, and he's played by Patton Oswalt. So that's a fun little cameo. And we get the first example of Joel making up a fake name for himself, Joel Wichita. And, I have watched ahead. I'm not spoiling anything, but I thought this happened more often. I think it's coming like later on because so far I haven't seen it happen again, these fake name things, but I know it's part of the show.
I've forgotten that it was. And actually, when he said it, I was like, is that their name? Like, I just like, it totally like confused me.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
That was his whole plan. And Joel shares some of Sheila's symptoms with him. Meanwhile, Sheila's still at home and she's hungry. So she tries to eat some raw meat, but it's not working for her anymore. And she says, uh-oh, like this is not appetizing. Uh-oh. Abby and Eric are ditching school because it seems trivial with everything that's going on. And then back to Joel, the doctors basically think he's crazy. So he like just runs out of there. And Sheila calls to let him know that she's already at the house listing. And I just really like this little moment between them on the phone.
Yeah, it's fun.
What's up?
Carl called, and the buyers want to come now.
Now? What did you tell him?
Just shut the fuck up.
Oh, God, you gotta stop saying that to people.
Well, he's always yelling. I don't like it anymore.
All right, well, stay put. I'll be there in 45 minutes. Did you eat today?
I wasn't hungry, and I'm already at the listing.
Christ. Okay, I'm on my way. Try not to swear at anybody.
Fuck you. I'm not an idiot.
There you go, like that.
I really like that.
Try not to swear at anybody.
It was really good. Joel brings some more meat for Sheila, and she admits it's been repulsing her since she had Gary, thinking that maybe once she's had a taste of human flesh, she can't go back.
Yeah, they're also kind of hoping like, oh, maybe because it's not fresh enough anymore. Maybe that's just the only problem. You just need something more fresh, so that'll come back later.
Yes. It all kind of rolls back to that. The Byers aren't really thrilled to see the Hammonds are back instead of Gary. If you didn't listen to the last episode or haven't watched it recently, this is the house where she threw up all over the place in front of them. Sheila is giving the Byers a motivational speech to buy the house. It's really funny. Then they hear a rooster, and Joel looks over to Sheila and encourages her to go see what's going on with this very live bird, as he describes it.
Live, aka fresh meat. Yeah.
Yes.
We see her like attack the rooster out the window, and the stunt work. I was like, that is so not Drew. Like, it's really obvious.
It's also like, it's like super far away and it's so quick. Like, it doesn't matter. But it also, like, I was like, totally, I completely agree with you. Yeah.
It was jarring.
Yes. Eric takes Abby to a comic book store when she finds a comic called Mombi. She like, they're in the store for a little bit, and the store owner's being kind of annoying and keeps saying like 30 seconds with the comic books, and unless you want to buy it or whatever. She ends up assaulting him because he gets on her nerves. She like literally tackles him to the ground. That's kind of hilarious, but also like kind of shows where she is mentally.
Yeah,
right?
She's going through it.
Yes. Joel and Sheila get an offer from the Byers and they're celebrating, but the mood is quickly dampened when Sheila admits she couldn't eat the rooster.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh is right.
What?
I couldn't eat the rooster.
But I jumped.
I'm sorry. I wanted you to be happy even for a minute.
But it was alive. Like Gary.
Yeah, but Gary tasted so good. Again, tiny balls.
We can't kill people, Sheila.
I know. What if I just ate pieces of people and then we let them go? Nope, that's worse.
So funny.
I just love them trying to figure out what the hell they're gonna do.
Yep. And at every turn, like no matter how absurd the idea, they're like willing to like what's
brainstorm.
The word? Yeah. They're like
spitball.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So Joel takes Sheila to the morgue for dinner. I love that they're looking in the window and one of them's like, this place is creepy. And the other one says, yeah, well, so are we. They attempt to bribe the morgue worker for a body, and he basically lets them leave with a foot. And I think this must be the foot that Drew talked about, where she had like that nails on a chalkboard feeling when she was biting it because it was so realistic.
Oh,
that's my guess.
Yeah, that's right.
So unfortunately, it smells like chemicals, so she can't eat the foot as much as she wants to, and as much as Joel really wants her to.
I can't. The meat's too old or something.
Come on, sweetie. It's the most expensive meal I ever bought you.
Oh, it smells like chemicals.
Please eat the foot.
I can't.
Please. Eat it. Eat the foot! Eat the foot! Eat the goddamn foot!
He's really struggling.
Eat the foot! Eat the foot! Eat the goddamn foot! Really fun.
Oh, it's so good.
Back at home, Joel and Sheila are sad in bed and wondering why this is happening to her. She's really like, this is not fair.
Yeah.
She misses food and describes herself as seriously hungry. Joel commits to helping her kill people so that she can eat. And then there's another sweet exchange. I feel like we always come back to like their relationship and like their like the strength behind it.
It is like the core of the show for me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The whole family.
Yeah, the whole family.
We're gonna kill people, sweetheart. We're gonna kill people so you can eat them.
You don't have to do it with me, honey.
We've been Joel and Sheila since high school. I'm not gonna bail on you now.
Aw, really so cute. And I think that it's sort of like unveiling a little bit about like their history.
Yeah, you're right. That's the first time I think we know that they've been together that long.
Yeah. Abby comes in and they try to console her about the fact that things are never going to be normal again. She literally crawls into bed with them. It's really cute.
Yeah.
And then it ends with a really pretty shot of Drew in profile in bed with her family. They keep like pulling back and they're all just sort of like spooning in bed. It's really sweet.
Yeah. We are here to tell you about our website hosts, Positive Medium, and they sponsor the podcast. We've been clients of theirs for over 10 years, and we use them for all our website needs on thedruzium.com.
Their services include customized web design, professional coding, search engine optimization and marketing, plus hosting, which has been huge for us for many years.
Plus, their incredible customer service has been one of our favorite features. They've literally saved our site quite a few times, and they always help with minor troubleshooting in a matter of minutes. So whether that's coding issues or back-end questions, etc., we reach out, we get help immediately, which is just invaluable.
Lucky you. To our listeners, Positive Medium is offering 25% off any managed WordPress hosting plan using our promo code DREW. That's DREW. Visit our friends over at positivemedium.com.
Thank you. Okay, let's move on to episode 3. And I love how this title's just a little flipping around of the last one. This one's called We Can Kill People.
What do you know?
So this was directed by Mark Buckland and written by Clay Graham. And the description is, Sheila's tummy is growling and Joel needs to find her someone tasty ASAP. Meanwhile, Abby embraces her inner badass and helps a friend in need. This is a fun one. I like this episode a lot.
Yeah, it is. So the episode starts the next morning with Sheila worrying about Abby, while Joel's more concerned with the murder that they need to commit that day.
I do love, Sheila says at one point, God, there's so many ways to mess up your children. I'm like, yeah.
This happens to be an intense one. They kind of fuss over Abby when she comes in and as she leaves for the day, and she wants them to stop, as she says, being all up in her bee.
You really want to know how Abby's doing? Abby doesn't like that her parents are all up in her beat.
Your butt?
No! God! My business!
Oh. Okay, well, have a good day at school.
Yeah, having a teenage daughter is a lot of fun.
Yeah, I bet. I can imagine us having been one.
Yeah, right.
As they get ready for their day, they start planning that they have to kill someone who deserves it and also be prepared with cleanup materials. So the next step is them going to get that. But you spotted something fun here.
I'm pretty positive about this. Drew's doing her makeup with a little powder puff, and it's a Flower Beauty, old school, like the earliest one that they had.
So it 100% is, because I saw a whole bunch more makeup on the table.
Oh my God, how'd I miss that? Oh, that's hilarious.
I saw the package for the powder.
Yeah.
So the package that goes
distinct.
with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I could see I don't know if it was like an eyeshadow container. And
cool.
then I think she might have been using the mascara might even been flour.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I feel like I maybe remember that it does appear more than once. And we'll see. But I kind of feel like I was not surprised, obviously. But
right. Okay. I'll have to go back and take a screenshot of the whole counter.
You see more of it. So
it makes me a little nostalgic, honestly.
Oh, yeah. Me too.
Okay, so Sheila's kind of throwing out some ideas of what kind of jerks they could kill.
What if we kill that dentist who got that woman pregnant while she was having her wisdom teeth out?
I think that was just a Lifetime movie.
Oh, yeah. Those are fun.
I definitely started noticing here, and I notice it in a lot of other episodes, her outfits, I think, really influenced my style at that time, and I still am wearing the same stuff.
I could totally see it.
Tops that she wears, flowy, kimono style later on. This jeans and wedge sandals combo. I'm like, oh my God, I think this was very formative for my style, and I'm still doing it. This is so funny.
No surprise.
Thanks, Mona May.
Yeah.
And then here comes neighbor Dan, of course, to harass them. He's going to bug them about their ant spray. And Sheila looks as pissed as I do. I love it.
Now I want to know what you were using.
Why do you do this, Dan?
I'm just asking my neighbor a friendly question. Well, Joel?
I don't know. Ants away, ants be gone. Fuck you, ants.
Fuck you, ants.
Fuck you, ants.
He is the worst.
He is the worst. They head to the hardware store to stock up on their crime scene cleanup supplies, the necessary. Sheila looks over at the freezer section and gets this idea to freeze meat next time, so there's no more waste. She's
Genius.
like, we compost, we, like all these things, but I didn't think of that. And I love another exchange between the two of them that is sweet and then hilarious and gross. Here's another one.
Frozen is the closest thing to fresh. What if we got a meat freezer and put it in the storage unit, and when we kill somebody, then we can just chisel off chunks of it when I need to eat. No more waste.
Wow. There's gonna be chiseling.
Sweetie, I can do this on my own.
No. I'm going with you. I'm fine.
It's gonna be chiseling.
Immediately following that, him like smoking by himself in the bathroom.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of those I didn't know. A lot of Joel smoking pot.
Oh yeah. Eric and Abby are ditching class again, but he's trying to convince her to go to school this time.
He's definitely always just like, oh, I'm so uncomfortable that we're doing this.
But he wants to be hanging out with her. He digs her a lot.
Cool.
I don't know if we said they were ditching when they went to the comic book store earlier, but they're ditching again. They run into a friend who's dating Cole, a 26-year-old drug dealer, and he's played by an actor named Matt O'Leary, who is in Matthew Lillard's directorial debut, Fat Kid Rules the World. I love that you pointed that out, because if you hadn't noted that, I would have been like, where the hell do I know this guy from?
Oh, totally. Yeah, it's so funny. So our very good friend Katie, hi Katie, she is like the biggest Matthew Lillard fan. She's the reason I got to meet him a couple times. But anyway, I remember when that movie came out, she like was online friends with this girl who got like freaky obsessed with this Matt O'Leary guy. And Katie had to be like, separate, because she got so weird about him. So I always think about that when I see this guy.
After I like recognized his face, I remembered a picture of Katie with him where I don't know, one of them is wearing like heart-shaped sunglasses, I think.
Oh my gosh. Him. I don't remember that. That's cool.
But hi Katie. Hi Katie. So he ends up, his character Cole ends up dumping the friend of Abby. And Abby decides they should help her get back at him. And Eric's real nervous about it.
Of course.
As you can imagine. But he's also like so like smart that, he can help him figure out real clever ways to do things.
That's always so funny. So Joel and Sheila go to their storage unit to drop off the freezer.
Well, we bought a freezer to keep bodies in, so that's done.
All we need now is someone who's evil, deserving, won't be missed, and is under 18 cubic feet.
We're not killing my mother.
I wasn't suggesting that, but it's so interesting that's where your mind went. My stomach's growling.
And when they get back home, they ask Rick, their other cop neighbor, if maybe there's any like horrible criminals that live in their neighborhood. And he's like giving them some info, but it turns out that sex offenders are really closely monitored by the police. So that's out.
That's not a good idea. Yes.
And then the kids come home. And they happen to be talking about the, quote, worst person ever, this guy Cole. And so that sounds like a perfect candidate for them. So Joel and Sheila immediately go look him up online.
Shh, Abby's home. I mean, we're talking about a guy who is literally the worst person ever.
Worst person ever.
I'm interested.
The man is a monster.
Yeah, he's 26 and has sex with underage girls.
Ooh, I like the sound of that.
Plus, he sells drugs to kids.
He sells drugs to kids?
I swear, I had no idea about that when we started dating.
His Instagram is kidweed.
I thought that was ironic.
They're so excited about this guy.
Yeah, I like that sounds good. Yeah, or whatever they said. They go and set up one of their empty houses because they're realtors to lure Cole to. They answer the door covered head to toe in plastic wrap, which they say that they're repainting the kitchen, trying to make things look real nice. I like how right before he's like, "What are you doing, dyeing your hair?" And she's like, "That would be a good excuse."
Yeah.
They're not being at all cool or normal.
They're so
and
bad
Joel asks, "Can I get you a water drink, Cole?"
There's something about Timothy Olyphant playing this like awkward trying to be normal that is just so freaking funny every time. I love it.
And at every turn he's having this smile of like, things are fine. Right before Sheila is about to eat Cole, she gets a call about another listing. Again, she's a realtor, so this always comes back up. And for some reason, she has the duck quacking ringtone, which is so silly. Yeah.
Again, Tim is like super funny, awkward stalling. I can't even remember what he's saying, but I was like rolling on the floor laughing.
Yeah, he's like leaning on the counter, like trying to be cool, wearing the, plastic poncho. And Cole starts talking, and turns out he didn't know that Abby's friend was 16, and that's why he broke up with her.
Supposedly.
And then next thing we know, Cole and Joel, they're in the backyard smoking weed together, and they immediately start bonding. And Joel is like literally sharing his entire life trajectory, that like Sheila was a realtor first, and he was just, I forget, like he was like, I played guitar not that well, but he's doing it in a way like he's kind of like trying to sort of give advice to Cole. And then he sends Cole away because he's had this moment of like, he's actually a good guy. Guess who's pissed though? As you can imagine.
Where's Cole?
I told him to go.
What?
He's an okay guy and a really good listener. He doesn't deserve to die in an overpriced Spanish revival.
I leave you for 5 fucking minutes and you bond with my dinner?
We had a lot in common.
Yeah, you're both high.
Oh my gosh. Abby and her friends, they go to Cole's house, and she puts tear gas inside that they got from Dan, Eric's stupid stepdad. And then she runs in and retrieves her friend's sweater. So now she's feeling like a serious badass. Like she's definitely like, what does anything matter anymore, right? Like my mom's a zombie. I can do anything I want.
Yes. And it gave me sort of like proto Yellow Jackets vibes a little bit when she like runs in, because she's such a little badass in that moment.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
So Sheila's just like in misery. She's so hungry, and they're driving around, and they end up rear-ending someone. And turns out this driver is a total jerk. So, Sheila, without even thinking, she attacks him. I believe this is the moment where, behind the scenes, Drew fell off the back of the actor onto concrete while they were rehearsing this stunt. And she had to briefly be hospitalized with a like full-on concussion neck brace situation. So that's like freaky as heck.
I think when we were reading the like stuff in the first episode, didn't she say something about like she needed to back off on the stunts because she got so here we go.
And I think like when you watch the actual scene, I think it's all a stunt double. It doesn't look like Drew at all to me. So maybe they're like, yeah, we're not going to do that anymore.
We can't get the shot. You were clearly hurt, and no, we can't take that risk with Drew Barrymore.
I know. So Sheila panics when she realizes what she did, but Joel like quickly jumps into crisis mode. You know, he's actually like on top of it, and he forms a plan, and she finds that super sexy. And then back at their storage unit, she's just happily chowing down, and Joel is going through the guy's wallet, and it turns out he seems really sketchy, doesn't seem to have a family. All right, we got a good one.
Yep. They're like, okay, this is justified. They realize that they, made this promise to Abby that they're going to start having family dinners so they can converse with her about her day, not lose touch with this family thing.
Be up in her bee.
Yes, they need to be up in her bee. So they need to get home to go to dinner, and they change into some old clothes in storage because their other clothes were just like covered in blood. And this needed to happen. And so they have like clearly old clothes on. It's really funny. Drew's
it's a real
sweater.
Good like jump cut from like, here we have some clothes here, and then
it's like a super tight, almost like tie-dye thing on Joel, and then Sheila has like puffy kittens. I feel like this, I'm sure you had the same thing where it's almost like a visceral like,
oh yeah, I know what that feels like.
Early 90s.
Yep.
Yeah. And the episode ends with the family all pretending to have this, after like this kind of wild day, as many days have been recently, that it's normal. They're all just like, no, nothing's unusual about this day.
Great. Yeah.
Everything's fine.
How was your day?
Good. Yours?
Good.
Did anything interesting happen? Not really. You? No. Honey, Are you okay, Dad?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Moving on, let's get into episode 4. This is the most unusual title, The Farting Sex Tourist. I was like, what could that be referencing?
Yes. And I did end up pulling a little clip of it later, just because it was funny and I really wanted something with one of the guest stars in this episode that you and I both love.
I know where you're going with that. Okay.
Yes.
So this is fun. So this episode was directed by Ken Kwapis. And if that name sounds familiar, it's because he had also directed Drew both in He's Just Not That Into You and Big Miracle. So, and this is like all within a span of not that many years, like, so, you know, like 5, 6, 7 years, which is pretty cool. So I love that.
Yeah, me too.
The episode is written by Michael A. Ross. And our description is Sheila inspires her friends and insults the principal. Joel bonds with Abby, and Dan makes a damning discovery while spraying for ants. Goddamn
Dan
ants.
makes a damning. The ants, they come back, but it's useful that he's very focused on them.
Yeah.
The episode starts with the song Good Morning from Singin' in the Rain as Sheila goes to the storage unit with a blender. She's just thrilled to get to chiseling up the frozen dude into chunks for some smoothies. Very ingenious. Obviously, This is a perfect way to hide it in plain sight. She then takes a smoothie with her on a power walk with her neighbor ladies, where she's just super happy. And they're like, quite like, what's up with you? She starts encouraging them that they need to like have more fun and live their best lives. And they're pointing out that she's changed a lot in the last few days. Let's
it's only
hear a
been
little
like
bit of that.
3 days or something.
Yes. She's like a completely different person.
Seriously, what's going on with you? It's probably my new diet. I've been eating a lot of protein.
Really? How many grams?
All of them.
And then Joel has a little adventure of his own.
Okay, so he goes to an occult store. Apparently, this is something he's been doing to like look at books on zombies. He hasn't been having any luck. But while he's there, he suddenly notices these like old-timey illustrations on the wall, and they depict someone throwing up very similarly to how Sheila did, meatball and all. So that's a little
We said don't forget the meatball.
Yeah, you did warn us we were not allowed to forget that freaking meatball. Thank you so much.
Yes. I mean, they're putting it in our face again.
We did forget to mention when Joel sees Patton Oswalt, the virus specialist, he like brings it in a baggie with olive oil to preserve it. Oh God, it's so gross.
So he's literally holding what literally looks like a meatball, asking these doctors, does this look like an organ? It's very funny. Yeah, it's preserving it in olive oil. I was like, that's
perfect.
Smart.
Perfect. Back home, the Hammonds and the neighbors are all kind of outside and they're chatting. And Rick wants to see how much cargo space their trunk has. And when Joel opens it up, they spy that there's like a little piece of the dead guy sticking to the trunk door. Sheila like quickly grabs it and eats it before Rick can see it.
It's pretty fun. And I love the distraction that he's trying to.
Again, whenever they're like faking something or like distracting or
it's
like covering, it's the best.
Rick, look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
What?
I can make my hips go side to side now. I could never do this before.
Why would you want to?
Because it's a turn on, Rick.
And then they're doing it together.
It's so cute.
I love that like the scene kind of like wraps up in a couple of minutes and then the neighbor like is like, thanks for the move.
Yeah.
He like starts doing it.
Yeah, he's cool. But the other neighbor, Dan, we still hate him. And he shows up with ant spray. Like, he's like, use this ant spray. So they're relieved, like, oh, okay, maybe he's not suspicious of us anymore. He really thinks it was ants. Great.
Yeah. back inside the house, Joel shows Sheila the artwork, which is from 16th century Serbia. And while they're looking close at it, Sheila gets another quacking phone call.
I love this.
Oh, I wonder what it says.
Jesus, I hate that ringtone.
Clients like it. It's funny.
We disagree on that.
And it's Abby's school calling, and this is where we get an actor we love playing a perfectly hateable person.
Totally.
So, yes, they go to the school to meet with the principal about Abby ditching, and it's Tom Lennon.
Yay!
Who, we've talked about how much we love him on Hollywood Squares.
I know. I don't think either of us were thinking about the fact that he was on the show when we were talking about him on Hollywood Squares. So love that.
These are all like fun, like reminders of like the other awesome things about this show, which is because it had such a great cast. They got like fun guest stars, right?
Yeah.
So Sheila starts mouthing off when Tom Lennon implies that he's more concerned about the influence Abby's having on what he calls remarkable Eric, and he threatens Abby with suspension. And Sheila is feeling really protective and threatens him right back. So let's hear this. And we know how sassy she's gotten. So it's fun that she's like this. What was she saying in the first episode? Like being
bold.
Oh, bolder. She's a lot bolder.
100% maybe now.
Okay, we'll speak to our daughter and make sure she never misses school again.
Good. Because if she does,
Please don't say it.
miss school again,
Which she won't.
she's going to be
Don't say it.
I wouldn't say it.
suspended.
Okay.
God damn
We're
it.
all on the same page. Honey, shall we?
I have a small refrigerated space I would love to introduce you to. I think you would look really good in it.
What?
And then he just like Joel tries to explain.
It's a wine cellar.
Wine cellar. We're realtors. Yeah, not weird at all. Yeah. And of course, after they walk out of the principal's office, Joel immediately admonishes Sheila, reminding her that she can't kill the principal. Like,
especially after they had like a meeting on the calendar with him.
Yes.
So they meet with Abby at home. I love that you put the little fake family picture alert because
We
we
love
love
these.
that. They use this one like multiple times. Like it's on the
I thought
table
so.
and it's on the wall. I'm like, weren't there like an outtakes from this little section that they could have had different
Couldn't
ones?
you choose something else?
But it's really cute. And Joel's trying to like set Abby straight, but Sheila is like kind of on her side and follow your heart, go be a poet or whatever she says to do. And that kind of weirds Abby out a little. And Joel tells Sheila their family cannot survive Sheila just doing whatever she wants. And that really like sits with her. She like, because that's true. Like, reel it in a little, girl.
Right. It freaks her out a bit. And then she gets mildly more freaked out when she goes to visit Eric about this because she feels like he's the closest thing to a zombie expert, which he loves to hear. He's like, oh, thanks.
Yeah.
She's really hoping that he can tell her a way she can control her impulses, but he is kind of telling her that's not possible.
This morning, I felt really great. I was encouraging everyone to be their best selves, but just now, I told Abby to drop out of school. And before that, I almost killed Principal Novak.
Yes, impulse control. The undead do not have it.
Well, I gotta do something because I can't be like, oh, sorry.
It's okay. No pee, so that's a win.
He's so good.
He's so cute.
There's a really cute little dad and daughter bonding time scene. I love how Joel like brings Abby a sandwich and then takes a bite of it first. That's like
such a dad move.
Dad tax. That's a very Jason thing to do. But he like shares with her about his home life being really difficult growing up. And then he like is talking about how one of his coping mechanisms was his motorcycle. So he borrows Rick's motorcycle and he takes Abby for a ride, like up to this really nice view. It's really cute. And they're both kind of like his mom, can she still love? Like, is she the same person? And they both just start screaming like, I'm freaking out. Me too. It's just so cute.
It's really cute. And I forget what he's saying before that. I don't know if it was in that part. I think it was where he's talking about how he used to be so angry he'd go yell at birds because he like didn't know who to whatever expel his energy on.
Yeah, that's right. But the motorcycle like replaced that, I think.
Yes, that's kind of what he's saying. Like it was another coping mechanism.
Yeah.
We go to the school science fair where, of course, like Eric has his robot on display.
Of course.
Sheila and the neighbor Lisa are drinking margaritas out of coffee cups.
Just classic Lisa move.
I was going to say, this is like so Lisa. She's like, I've become such a great mom since I came up with this trick. It's like,
oh my God.
It's perfect for the character though. And she plays it really well.
Yeah.
The principal walks in and Sheila clashes with him almost immediately when they encounter each other.
You should be grateful that I didn't suspend Abby. In fact, I still might. It all depends on what you say next, madame.
Fine. I'm sorry. You farting sex tourist.
Oh, snap.
Tell Abby don't bother coming to school tomorrow.
Uh-oh. So guess who's pissed?
Oh, yeah.
So Sheila immediately starts to follow him to his office, but she gets stopped by Joel, who starts professing his love for her in this very sweet and tender way and tells her to be whoever she needs to be, which gives her this encouragement. We all think we know what's going to happen. They surprise us a little bit, but she's, again, just going to protect Abby and threaten him in the meantime.
Yeah, but not with killing him. She's threatening him with real estate issues.
Right, which is funny, and it works. And I think she wouldn't have done this, used her real estate power in this way before. So
good.
Hey, Novak.
Dad?
Abby, go back.
Let's keep this simple. Abby's going through a really hard time right now, so you're not going to suspend her, because if you do, I will make your life miserable. I can sell your home, I can fuck up your Zillow estimate, I can rezone your neighborhood for horses. I have a notary that will do anything for me. I am a realtor and I can destroy you. It'll all depend on what you say next.
Tell Abby I'll see her at school tomorrow.
Okay, then. You have a lovely evening.
So good. I'm a notary. I'll do anything for you too, Drew. No, just kidding. I am a notary. That's real, though.
That is real. Yes.
So Joel's kind of like, whoa, why didn't you kill him? So she didn't kill the principal because who she needs to be is someone who doesn't want to lose their family. So, I just love this. It's so sweet. And, great. So they're all going to go back to the science fair, but Joel notices there's a Serbian flag on the principal's office window. A little sticker. So Joel goes after him and he's like running away, scared of them. But he admits that his grandmother, who he lives with, no judgment. He's like, I'm an adult. I could do what I want.
Yep.
The grandmother speaks Serbian. So put that away for next time.
Ooh, that could be useful. The next morning, Lisa thanks Sheila for inspiring her to cheat on her husband.
Whoops.
And the other neighbor lady is like, you see her leaving her family to follow John Legend on tour. She'd been talking about how she wanted to go see him. And her husband also bought a Range Rover. So things are kind of getting a little bit tossed up in the air in the neighborhood because of these guys. And the Hammonds drive away feeling guilty about all of this turmoil. Neighbor Dan is pissed that they haven't used the ant sprayer and lets himself into their backyard again, which they said, don't do that. What the hell? And oopsie, he finds a little remnant from Sheila's first kill, a finger.
A remnant. I love it. Uh-oh. And that's where we end the episode. You guys are going to have to come back next Tuesday to find out what happens.
I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a girl who looked good, I would call her. Wish I had a rabbit in a hat with a bat and a 6'4" father. I wish I had a brand new car. So far, I got this hatchback.
But yes, we've gotten through the second episode of our Santa Clarita Diet summer series. This is going to last a while, guys. We've still got 2 more to go just to cover season 1, and eventually we'll do the next seasons. But we've got a lot more content right exactly in this vein.
I love
for
it.
you.
This is so fun. And honestly, like I said, I watched the next 3 because we're going to record that episode really soon. And they're just, I kept texting you, why is Timothy Olyphant so funny? He makes me laugh so, not that Drew doesn't, but I'm used to her making me laugh.
Well,
I don't know. It's a different thing.
I was telling Jared because we had watched Deadwood and like I know that he's played like some badasses and Jared's like, does he playing a cop? Like, because it's just like such like so many. And I was like, no, he's so different in this. Like he's not funny in Deadwood. Like it's not like this at all. And it's so fun. He's perfect. I mean, and yeah, Drew is like in her element, and he is too, apparently.
I'm kind of bummed. Like, I was like, God, this really never got any Emmy nominations. I can't believe it. Like, I don't know if the like gore is too much for like I know I haven't been able to get some of my friends to watch it because of the gore, and I'm like, oh, but it's
not
worth
that bad
it.
though. Yeah, it's not like I feel like the gore is like. It's like there's so little of it like actually that's shown.
Yeah, but like, when it's shown, it is pretty nasty.
It's bad. It's pretty bad. That's true. That's true. We have high tolerance.
But like, hopefully you guys are totally cool with that. So you're watching along with us. Give us more comments. Tell us what you're excited about. Tell us if you're watching with us. All that stuff. We want to talk to you. Yes. You can rate, review, and subscribe. You guys know we always want and like that. It's been a while. We need some new ones. You can also leave comments on episodes on Spotify and YouTube, wherever you're listening. And then you can follow us on Instagram or pretty much all like social media platforms at How Do You Drew Pod. And then we also, of course, have at Drewseum.
So many plugs. And also make sure you visit our website at howdoyoudrew.com to see the episode gallery for this episode and every episode. The Drewseum.com is where it's hosted. Make sure you peruse that as well. It's our Drew Barrymore online museum if you didn't know that.
Yeah, I want to say something about that. So I was like, we don't even have a Santa Clarita Diet memorabilia page on the
because
website.
There's like nothing.
Well, so I was like, I know I have one ad. So I went and found the ad. I scanned it. Cool, that's up now.
I probably have the same one.
Yeah, you probably do. And then speaking of Emmy nominations, every season they did do like a cool for your consideration, like DVD, like package, I guess. I don't know how else to say it.
And you had those?
I don't yet, but I just bought the season 3 one because I like was able to make an offer and it was really low when they took it. And I'm watching this. There's a couple of the season 1 and then there's one of the season 2, but it's like very expensive. But anyway, I want to try to get those and like at least have a little bit to represent the show on our collection because it's like we love it so much and it's just crazy. So you're going to have to make a little graphic for our movie/TV memorabilia page
for Santa Clarita Diet.
I'm going to put you under the light right here on air that you have to get it done.
Okay. Sounds good. I mean, it also made me realize like we don't really feature anything about our collection when we talk about things. And I wonder if like that would be like for future movies and TV things like, oh, this is memorabilia that we have relating to that.
That's true. We don't ever talk about it, but I always put the link like on the episode page. Here's our memorabilia from that movie or whatever. But yeah, You're right. We should talk about them a little more. So we talked about these. Now you guys know some things that we're trying to get our hands on. All right, little tangent. We just went down doing some business.
Always. we are tangent queens. Also, make sure to sign up for our Patreon. We just have content up the wazoo, don't we?
Patreon.com/howdoyoudrew.
Yeah, we just shared a bunch of really rare promo photos that were taken by Mark Seliger for the show for season 1. Those came via our friends at Drew Barrymore Brazil. Got to give credit where credit's due. But we just shared some of them over on Patreon. You're not really going to see them anywhere else. So go check that out. And we're going to keep the content coming. We got to get a wildflower episode out soon, too.
Yeah, we will do some more wildflowers soon. We're just waiting for them to bloom, guys. There are a lot more seeds that have been planted. We're working on it.
I like
also, because we just need one more place for you to reach us, don't forget to send listener mail to howdoyoudrewpod@gmail.com. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you all back in Santa Clarita next Tuesday.
Yay. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye-bye. This episode of the How Do You Drew podcast was researched and produced by Ashley and Ann from thedrewseum.com with help from our sponsor, Positive Medium.
Special thanks to Matt Costa for our lovely theme song, Roxy Prima for our adorable logo, and last but not least, Drew Barrymore and all the Drewbies who love her. We do this for you. Thank you.